Hey everybody, welcome to episode 1 of the Rhode Island Amateur Series 2023. Rhode Island Amateur is set to be held at Montauk Country Club July 10th to the 14th, one of the best weeks of the year. Follow closely behind the Northeast Amateur Week, which we just passed, but we're excited to welcome our first guest for the RI Amateur Series for 2023, Adam Tempesta. He's better known on Instagram as Tempy's Tees. We'll get into that and his big golf brand that he's building, but Adam, thanks so much for coming on the podcast. How are you?
I'm doing well, Joe. Thank you for having me. Pleasure to be here, and I'm happy to talk some golf with you.
Yeah, super excited to have you on. Obviously, your first Rhode Island Amateur coming up in 2 weeks. You qualified like a couple weeks ago, or whatever it was, at your home course, Segregated. Segi is obviously now a new member of the Rhode Island Golf Association. So just talk about kind of your game, how you got into golf. And when did you get the golf bug, basically?
Yeah. So I graduated college in 2009. My baseball career ended then. I played a couple more years in the old man leagues, the have fun leagues, and then I turned to golf. Everybody in my family played. Had a bunch of friends that played. So I started out at DW in Brockton. I would just go and chip and putt, and I'd play in my dad's Saturday game, just to learn the ins and outs of golf, pretty much. And I think, like most former baseball players, golf is pretty easy transition. Um, and once I started playing, it was like, well, I can actually do this a little bit. I would hit some good ones, like most people, and I'd come back again and hit some bad ones and hit some good ones. But once I joined Segi and I had a driving range and playing with better players, it just kind of, I wouldn't say clicked, but it got better over time and over time. And I just got the hang of it. I play a little different than everybody else, though. I'm not the same. I really don't practice anymore. I want to go out there and have fun. So if I hit a bad shot, I'm not going to be throwing my club or breaking my club, or it's not going to ruin my round if I have a bad day. It's just not going to. I'm going to have fun. And I think the game's hard enough that it's a good way to play.
Absolutely, it's definitely hard, that's for sure. And yeah, it should be interesting. Bring some fun to the Rhode Island Amateur, which most people stress about, and they're grinding over. You qualified at Segregated, obviously your home course. What was that like? Obviously you were just going out there to have fun, so it was just kind of another round for you, but you feel like you had an advantage playing the qualifier there?
Yeah, it was definitely an advantage. Once I saw that it was at Segi, that's why I did it. I don't know if I would have done it if it was another course. But it was at Segi, and I figured I had an advantage because there was only a few other Segi guys playing, and it's hard. The front nine is really hard. So I knew if I could get through the front nine, I could just kind of coast into the back. And I think I went out in 4 over and came back in at 1 under. So I knew once I got through the front with 4 over that it was going to be, I probably had a chance. I got paired up with somebody that I met from Thorny League. So I had I knew somebody that we were playing with. So that made it a lot more enjoyable too. And I would say the course was probably in the best shape that it's been since I've been there. It was great. The greens were fast. The greens were rolling great. Everything looked really, really nice. They did a great job.
I was surprised, and I don't know much about Segregated, to be fair, but I was surprised that there weren't a ton more Segregated guys trying to qualify. I mean, you have the qualifier at your home course. You might as well just go out there and give it a shot. Who cares? So I was again, I don't know much about the membership, so if I'm speaking out of turn, feel free to correct me. But I was just surprised. No. I was surprised that there weren't more Segregated guys, trying to play.
I don't know if it was some people might just not have known about it, or if they couldn't get off work on Monday, something like that.
Maybe they didn't realize they could play.
Yeah, totally. I think I only know because I actually looked at one of the emails. Sometimes not everybody looks at the emails that come across, you know.
Right.
So, and maybe I just paid more attention because I noticed it was Segi that was having a qualifier. Um, but you know, I was kind of surprised too because we have a lot of good players, and there was 22 spots.
Right.
I would have probably say 10 to 15 of those could have been Segi guys if in the game that we play in on the weekends. Um, but I don't know. They just didn't do it. I'm not sure why.
Yeah. They had better things to do, or like you said, maybe
Better for me.
yeah.
Better
Yeah.
for me.
Hey, give you a chance.
Yeah,
Give
seriously.
you a chance and got you on the podcast. So there you go.
Yeah, right, right.
So leading up to the amateur, you know, obviously you talked before we started recording, but you haven't played a practice round yet. You're gonna try to go play some point next week over at Montauk. You know, this is your first one, which I think we touched on, but what are you looking forward to? What are you excited about playing in the Rhode Island Amateur this year?
Man, it's a good question because I didn't, but like I said, I play to have fun. So like I didn't really expect to qualify, I guess. I knew it was
Mhm.
my best chance because it was Segi, but I didn't really look forward past that qualifier. I've been looking into it now. I'm excited to play the course because it's right on the highway, and I've driven by it a million times. I used to play baseball in Newport, so I would drive right by it. Uh, and I'm excited to play that. I'm not excited that I have to walk. I'd much
Yeah,
rather take a cart. I like to play for fun, like I said. That could be tough, but we'll survive.
I'll take a caddy.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm excited just to see the level of competition. You know, I know Kevin, obviously. Uh, I played in a scramble against Hamilton. He actually beat my team, so I know he plays really good. Um, I don't know too many other guys, so I'm just excited to meet some people and play a new golf course.
Yeah, and by the way, that's defending champion Kevin to you.
Sorry, defending champion Kevin.
Yeah, him and Hamilton obviously had a great match last year. Uh, stroke play to match play. I don't know how much match play you play. Obviously, the first 2 rounds of stroke play kind of to qualify for the match play, but you know what do you think your strategy, or what is your strategy kind of in from going from stroke play to match play? I always find it interesting to talk to people about that because they're different, but a lot of people just say, well, I'm just going to play my game and see what happens. But are you more of uh match play guy where you focusing on kind of what your opponent's doing to an extent, or are you just kind of more kind of play your game and worry about it at the end?
Yeah, I'm probably just gonna play my game and worry about it at the end. If I keep thinking too much about it, or if I'm really worrying about what the other guy's doing, I'm probably not gonna do something good. So I'm gonna try to just focus on my game, um, and I gotta make it to the match play, right? It's after
Yeah,
the first two 18. Yeah,
correct.
so it'll be interesting to see where that comes down. But I'm definitely excited to play against somebody, I guess you could say, instead of just you know when you're
Mhm.
playing golf, you're not really you are against people, but it's just kind of yourself for the most part. Though that would be fun. I haven't really done it much singles, but a lot of the tournaments that we play are match play with a partner. Like a four ball
Right,
or
four
something.
ball. Yeah.
Um, so it could be fun. I'm excited about it. Yeah.
Yeah, it could be your thing. Singles and doubles. You
Who
just
knows?
taking on everybody. Obviously, like you said, you have to get qualified for first. You have to get
Right.
through the 2 rounds of stroke play, and there's usually a cut. It'd be interesting to see what the cut is. Last year, the cut was extremely high because of the wind at Wanamatami. It was like what? I think it was like 8 over, 9 over, or something, which is crazy.
Yeah.
At least
Yeah.
I thought it was anyway.
Tough
Um,
conditions.
yeah, it was tough condition, brutal wind last year at Wanamatami. I don't know. Hopefully, it'll be a little bit better this year, so people can actually score.
Yeah.
But so yeah, 2 rounds of stroke play, and then obviously the match play goes on from there, and we do the whole bracket thing, and
Right.
it was always an exciting time. And then Last year there was a playoff for the final spot, so that was pretty intense.
Wow.
So, yeah, the winner got to play Brad Voy. So I don't know, I don't know if you want that or not, but that's what
Yeah.
we got.
Yeah. Congrats. Here you go.
Yeah. So you launched Tempy's Tees in 2020. You have the hat on, repping the
Yep.
brand.
Yeah. Of
Um,
course.
and I met you at the Northeast Golf Show in 21, I think. We were right next to our booths were right
Yeah.
next to each other. So I was like, oh, maybe it was 22.
I think it was 22. Yeah.
22. Because this year we just missed each other.
Right.
It feels
Right.
like this past March or whatever it was. Tempest Tees, follow them on Twitter. You do more than just tees now. You have hats and all kinds of stuff. Just talk about your brand and kind of what made you kind of get into doing that into the golf business, into the business side of golf.
Yeah. I wanted to try something different, and I came across golf tees, and it was just something small at first. Uh, and it kind of just turned into a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. So I decided to throw, some hats. I got polo shirts. The custom tees is probably the best part of it, because I get to work with other people, work with their brands, their colors, their logos, and it's pretty cool to see and speak with people from all across the country. To be honest with you, I'm working with a couple places in South Dakota right now, in
Oh wow.
Oklahoma. So it's been pretty fun interacting with more golf, more golfers and people in the golf business. It's been pretty cool. I've been really jumping into like the events in the outings, the charity
Mhm.
events and stuff. So
Mhm.
I can put together a little package of custom tees or ball markers, golf balls, stuff like that. And it's been going really well so far this year.
Yeah, it's fun to see, how much, you've grown just following you on Instagram, different things that you're doing, the custom tees, and like you said, everything else. So it's
Yeah,
pretty cool. Will you be repping Tempe's tees at the amateur? You can bring hand out tees to everybody at the amateur.
yeah, yeah.
Get some branding out there. Come on.
I'll have tees and I'll have hats.
Yeah.
I might sprinkle some tees on each tee box. Who knows?
Yeah, there you
Um,
go. Might as well get some branding out of it if you're gonna
yeah,
play.
of course. Of course. I should hire. I might have to hire a photographer or something. Really, really get things going.
Hey, you
I,
never know.
I would never. I would never.
I'll be there. I'll take pictures for you.
Fair enough. All right.
He's gonna do something. That's awesome. But I was follow Tempy's Tees on Instagram, and
Yep.
obviously you can message. They can message you if they need if they want any product or
Yeah.
anything like that. Cool logos, cool tees. I need a new bag of tees. So I used all mine that I got from you at the golf show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
I got you. I got you. I'll see you soon.
um, when you do the tees, you don't physically like paint them all yourself, right?
No, I'm not physically doing that. No, I'm certainly not. That would
Thank
take
God.
me forever.
Yeah,
Since I'm a
that's
one
awesome.
man shop. But I work with some good people, and we get a good quality product out there.
Yeah, it's awesome. Like I said, I love seeing your stuff on Instagram, and hopefully, perhaps we can do something down the road, Golf News or IT or something. I don't know how they would look because our logo is kind of weird, but
Yeah, that's all
yeah,
right. We can make something happen.
definitely something cool down the road. But so lastly, just your thoughts on what's next for you the rest of your golf season. What do you guys have going on at Saggy? What do you have going on kind of statewide? Other than obviously the Rhode Island Amateur, but where else
Yeah,
can people find you golfing this year?
yeah. Man, it's. I just got out of 3 weeks in a row. I played in. We had a member at Segi. We had the Taunton Open, and then last week was the Brockton Four Ball. Coming up, besides the amateur, I'll be playing in the Brockton Open, which I won the field division last year, so I am playing
Oh,
up with the big
nice.
boys this year. Um, and then I got a member guest over at Indian Pond that I usually play in August, and the Taunton Ball will be coming up, and then I also have a qualifier for mass golf as well, which is at Segi.
There you go. You feel good about that one.
Yeah, yeah. So I figured it's my best chance. I might as well do it while they got them here, you know?
Oh, absolutely. You gotta play in the ones on your home course. And
Right, exactly.
that's your, like you said, that's your best chance. We had for the second year in a row, we were fortunate enough to have a U.S. Open qualifier, local qualifier at Kirkbride, in Rhode Island. I didn't play because I'm not even close to being good enough to physically compete. Uh, but we had a bunch of guys signing up just because it was at home, and it's just a local qualifier, so it's not like you get through to the U.S. Open on it. But
Right.
it's still cool. It's still cool to see. You know, just for me, from a golf geek's perspective, it's cool to see the tee boxes are all the USGA tee markers and the flags,
Yeah.
USGA flags, like just like you see in like the U.S. Open. So it's kind of like, as a nerd, like it's kind of cool. I took pictures of like the tee markers. I was like laying in the grass, I get a picture of the tee marker for this as the USGA on it. Like, so that stuff is kind of neat. So
I
yeah,
understand. Yeah. Everything's more uniform, you know, everything just looks better, it feels more professional.
right. That's what it is. It feels like, okay, there's really something going on here. Like this, the USGA flags. It's the cooler says USGA on it.
Yeah. Right,
It's like
right.
stupid stuff like that gets me excited. I don't know if it gets
Yeah.
anybody else excited because everyone that's playing it is so good that they're just like, yeah, whatever. It's just another USGA event. Whoop de doo.
Yeah.
For me,
Maybe I want to see you taking pictures in the grass with my tees. If you're
I
doing that
will.
for
I'll take a
Team
picture.
Marcus.
I'll take a picture. Yeah. I'll take a picture.
See you crawling around.
I'll be around. I'm always around. I walk everywhere. I don't know what the setup at Montauk is, but I usually bring my laptop and everything. I set myself up right at the bar or whatever to write all my
Nice.
or whatever. So yeah, no, I'll be there. I'll be there just about every day. Though I don't know if
No.
I'll be there the first. Sometimes I skip the first day of stroke play just because it's
Yeah.
first day, and then I'll go obviously for the second day for the cut and everything. But we'll see. We'll see what the week looks like. It's a busy couple of weeks leading up to it, so it'd be cool. But yeah, definitely looking forward to the Rhode Amateur. It's July 10th to the 14th at Montauk, and you can come see Tempy's Tees, Adam Tempesta play, and among other people, and see how he does. Maybe he'll give you a free tee,
Hey,
free
hey,
tees if you
absolutely.
share for him. But anyway, thank you so much for coming on, Adam. Really appreciate it, and we look forward to seeing you at the Rhode Amateur, and also for everyone follow Tempy's Tees on Instagram and on Facebook too, or you just in Instagram?
I'm just Instagram and
Just Instagram.
just my
Okay.
website, tempestees.com.
TempyStees.com. That's Adam Tempesta. He's competing in his first Rhode Amateur in a couple weeks at Montauk. Thanks, Adam, for coming on.
Thanks for having me. I'll see you soon.
All right, everybody. This is episode 1 of the 2023 Rhode Amateur series. We'll be back later this week with more guests, so stay tuned to golfnewsri.com for all future episodes. Have a great day.